Meghan Markle's title is once again at the center of a row following her recent involvement in U.S. politics, but a constitutional expert has claimed there is nothing to strip from her. The former U.S. actress obtained her Duchess title through her 2018 marriage to Prince Harry, 37, and he would have to lose his status too in order for the couple to both be stripped of the peerages, unless in the event of divorce or an Act of Parliament. Constitutional expert Lain MacMarthanne previously told Express.co.uk, by convention, royals are expected to be politically neutral, thus respecting their constitutional positions. Like all conventions, there is much flexibility as to what is, and what is not, acceptable territory to become involved in, and the further away any royal is from succeeding to the crown the greater the latitude given. He added, "There has become a fashion of late that anyone who oversteps a subjective mark, and who holds a title, should be stripped of it. Easier said than done." In the instance of the Duchess of Sussex, no laws have been broken, conventions are there to be tested, but above all else, suggestions that the Duchess could be stripped of her title is to assume it was given to her. This is not the case. The Duchess holds her styles and titles as a courtesy, derived from her husband. In effect, there is nothing to strip from her. She is at liberty not to use these titles and could, should she prefer, be known by her premarital name. Additional reporting by Stephen Brown and Chloe Davis. Drawing on her status as a mother of two, Meghan penned a campaign piece calling to ensure that millions of American families can access guaranteed paid leave. Last week, the 40-year-old issued a letter to U.S. congressional leaders to advocate for paid leave for all parents, on Sussex-headed paper and signed with Meghan's Duchess title. In her letter, Meghan called on Speaker Nancy Pelosi and Leader Charles Schumer for paid leave for mothers. She wrote, "Over the past 20 months, the pandemic has exposed long-existing fault lines in our communities. At an alarming rate, millions of women dropped out of the workforce, staying home with their kids as schools and daycares were closed, and looking after loved ones full-time. The working mom or parent is facing the conflict of being present or being paid. The sacrifice of either comes at a great cost." The Duchess of Sussex goes on to say how she grew up on the $4.99 salad bar at Sizzler but remembered how hard my parents worked to afford it. Meghan continued, "People in our country work incredibly hard, and yet the ask is soft, for a level playing field to achieve their version of a common dream, what is fair, and equal, and right. Many of our economic systems are past their expiration date, and as you well know, too many Americans are forced to shortchange themselves when it comes to what matters to them." Meghan, who welcomed a daughter Lilibet Diana in June, acknowledged how her and Harry were not confronted with the harsh reality that other parents suffer. She said, "No family should be faced with these decisions. No family should have to choose between earning a living and having the freedom to take care of their child, or a loved one, or themselves, as we would see with a comprehensive paid leave plan." In her plea for paid leave, Meghan said it should be a national right like many other countries. She concluded, "Paid leave should be a national right, rather than a patchwork option limited to those whose employers have policies in place, or those who live in one of the few states where a leave program exists. If we're going to create a new era of family-first policies, let's make sure that includes a strong paid leave program for every American that's guaranteed, accessible, and encouraged without stigma or penalty. I know how politically charged things can, and have, become,